right, guys, welcome back out to the lake. Beautiful sunny day here in Georgia, January, in the 40s right now, I think. Supposed to be in the 60s today, but came out here to brave the cold to run a bunch of trucks. No benchtop intro on this one because, well, there's not a ton to talk about, so we'll just do a quick one here. I got a TRX-4M. I got one on the day they were released. I think it was Veterans Day, November 11th. Real close to that, if not. Got that. Got pretty buried with finals with school and work before the holidays, and obviously the RC Speedy build. So it kind of sat. I ran it a little on the desk and things like that around the house, but it's never actually been on the rocks before. Been outside. It's not intended to be a shelf queen at all, but I do really like it, and I've done some things to it. So there's really no need to show you, nothing crazy. I put the slow speed crawler gears in it. I put the Baja Pro X's on it. They're plastic method bead locks. It's got a light kit, and I think that's it. Love the way it drives, at least on the desk. The crawler gears are really nice, really controllable. My favorite part about this thing, though, is the body mounting. Traxxas body mounting is second to none. I like this one even more than the 110 scale Bronco because it's just two little tabs, and it basically lines itself up. It stays on really well, at least on the bench it did, and it's just super easy. And I lose body clips like it's nobody's business. So if anyone out there is in the body clip manufacturing business and that's how you pay your bills, you're welcome. I actually need to order some more, but yeah, without further ado, we're gonna walk it down there. It takes a little too long to drive it with the crawler gears. We're gonna go hit some terrain and see what it can do. I don't have a ton of battery left on the GoPro today, so it might be kind of short, but we'll try to get enough to have a good first impression of it. Okay, this thing's a itty bitty. Some of the rocks out here, they're not crazy, but they can be kind of nasty even for some 10 scale stuff. So we're going to adjust the GoPro a little bit. We're going to try to get you guys right in there into the action. Oh yeah, it's full speed. Love this thing though. Traxxas did a great job on this. Just the oil shocks and the motor size and where the CG sits, and I do recommend if you're going to crawl it, like actually crawl it. I noticed right away on the bench, just crawling over like 1, 2, 3 blocks and little desktop obstacles. I highly recommend doing the crawler gears. You can just buy the gear set for $5. You don't need to buy the full replacement transmission. I bought the speed gears too, just because, well, they were $5. But don't see a use for those in this. I have thought about picking up a second one and doing a small little rock bouncer, and this would be a great place for a small scale rock bouncer. I have a Rift. You guys haven't really seen that yet. It's a pretty nice Rift. I don't really have a good spot to run it. Not anymore. I did. I used to live in Virginia and lived in North Carolina too. But I like having this area though much better than I'd rather have the crawler spot than a couple of rock bouncer areas. Oh, took a tumble. If this thing was 24 times the size it is, that'd have been pretty devastating. But luckily it weighs about a pound, and no one got hurt. No one's in it. Not really into drivers. I wouldn't put a driver in a 24 scale anyway, but comment down below if you like drivers in your crawlers. I don't have anything super scale. Kicking around the idea of a hard body build, maybe spring, summertime, when it's a little nicer out, a little easier to paint. You know, you want your painting to be it matters a little more, your conditions of painting. We're bound up here. I don't know what kind of durability these little axles or anything has. So a lot of plastic in this, plastic transmission gears, bushings, obviously. I do hate that they have it set up as like forward, brake, reverse instead of just forward, reverse. So you have to double tap reverse to get reverse. It just doesn't really make sense in a vehicle this small. Could probably adjust it, but I got the light kit off right now. It's hooked up and everything, but no need to have it on. I thought about turning the hazards on, but yeah. As I was saying, comment down below if you like to put run drivers. I think they can look cool. It's just I get impatient and want to run them, and once they get ran, once they're built well or finalized enough to run, very rarely do I come back and finish very much. You guys have seen my SCX 10.3. The driver's still unpainted in there. Just he just has like a torso and a head. Comes with the kit. Baja Pro X's seem to be hooking pretty well. It's a pretty big climb for a little truck. There's an adapter. I think DSM Off-Road makes the adapter. I don't know if they're still in business, actually. I think I heard, might be thinking of somebody else, but I think I heard something unfortunate. But they make an adapter for just a regular micro servo, so I could put a Reach 99 in here. That'd be awesome. Because what I have right now for it, just on the shelf or in the parts box, is a Eco Power. It's like I think it's like a 30% power gain over this one, which bigger tires with more traction. And I've also forgot to mention, guys, that I do have brass rings up front. So we got some forward weight bias. You don't get enough wheel speed though with the slow transmission to get any sort of body rock. So we're gonna need a little foot bump here. I think we're gonna get out of some of this really nasty stuff. At least for this thing, it's pretty nasty. We'll see if we can crawl it over there though. Go to some more scale terrain. The light kit, I'll say, is really nice. The controller's built into the ESC receiver combo, the ECM. And I was really happy to put those in there. Oh, I also am running metal hexes. So I've done quite a few things, all Traxxas stuff pretty much. Kind of wanted to see what they had to offer. My intentions were to kind of do like a review video right when it came out, the day it came out, kind of jump on that train. But then I decided I just don't know if that's what I want this channel to be, is a review channel of new stuff. I wouldn't not accept something if someone sent it to me if it interested me, but I had other stuff going on. By the time I really would have been able to get to this, it was kind of old news. Oh yeah, this thing does pretty well out here. It's pretty fun. If you had a couple of them, set up some narrow gates. I don't know what you guys use for 24 scale gates, portable. I use tennis balls cut in half for 10 scale when I do run gates. But if you had a good suggestion, leave a comment. Let me know if you go out and actually do some crawling with your small scale stuff. I'm kind of hoping that we got a hobby town here in the Augusta area, which is where I'm at, that I think they talked about. I think they're getting a new building. They've expanded, but I think they're working on getting a new building too. I'm really hoping that in whatever building they have, they do a 24 scale crawler course. I've got a few other minis. You guys will see them. They don't interest me as much as they interest some other people. I have them. I've tried to get into them. I've got one that's a very capable SCX-24. A lot of brass. It's got Trio wheels on it. They're really heavy, so it's super planted. Cliffhanger body. But even that, I don't love to drive it. So if we can get a little competition series, you know, an indoor, even an outdoor course, nice weather days, I would be probably all over it. Oh yeah. Let me check my battery on my GoPro, see how we're doing. We're at 9% on the GoPro, so we're gonna be wrapping this up real soon. I wanna try to do this big hill climb out of here. I don't think I'm gonna have the wheel speed to do it, and it's in the dirt. But overall, I'll give you guys my impressions in the next minute or two while I wrap up. I like it. It's definitely my favorite. You know, it's an 18 scale technically, but it's, you know, it's the same wheelbase as that SCX-24 Gladiator, a little bit wider. But that width it helps a lot. Speaking of, the tires, I think, are a good move. These Mickey Thompsons, they hook well. No foams or anything in them, just rubber. But I don't really think you need foams. I guess you could run some really, really light ones. We're gonna make our way to the hill climb. Everything takes a little longer to get there in this thing. But yeah, I like it. I think the motor's got good power. I know Holmes Hobby, he's working on motors for this, so you know I'll have some of those, or I'll get one for sure. I may get one that's a little bit faster than this. This is a 87 turn. Maybe if he's got something, I don't know, 180 size stuff. Maybe if he can do a in the 50s or 60s, you know, 20% more wheel speed with the same low speed resolution would be very beneficial. Okay, we did a reset. We're gonna get out of here before the battery dies on my GoPro. Battery on the Traxxas will last a very long time. There we go. There we go. Come on. This is when you probably want the stock gearing for this. All right guys, sorry about that. My GoPro battery died right as I was trying to wrap the video up. So unfortunately we had to basically cut the footage short. The little Bronco did not make that hill climb. It was a little too tall for it. Wheel speed being the major issue. But I love the crawlability of the slow gears, or the low speed crawler gears from Traxxas. But that being said, with this being its like real first run, you know, especially outdoors, it's driven around in the house and on the desk and things like that, I am really impressed with this thing. Like I said in the video, I'm not always the biggest fan of the minis. I do have a few others. Figured I'd give you guys a little teaser. Not going to go through them extensively. Pretty much have a stock SCX-24 Bronco. I love this thing. It looks cool. I love that it has an interior in it. Hard body as well. Quite a bit smaller though than the Traxxas. I'm sure you guys have seen the comparisons, but you know, you basically get quite a bit more truck for the same amount of money, and that directly equates to capability. And then this other one is a fairly modified. You know, it's got the little cliffhanger body. It's got some different shocks, some additional brass, not a whole lot, but and this one has a different brushed motor as well. But yeah, I'm not always the biggest fan of the smaller scale stuff. Super into 10 scale, as you guys have already seen, but these don't always tickle my fancy. But I think that Traxxas really nailed this. You know, this isn't supposed to be like a full-blown review video. It's more of my opinion. My favorite part is the body mount. It just lines itself up so easily. Goes on nice, super secure. But they nailed it, and I'm a huge fan of it. It's probably my favorite part. The longer wheelbase, a little bit wider, a little bit bigger motor, and obviously the really good gear ratio in that crawler gears. I think you get, I want to say in the 40 or 50 to 1. It might even be lower gear ratio than that. It's really, really slow. But the ESC slash motor can kind of bind a little bit, you know, with the stock gearing. You'll hit an obstacle and kind of have to give it quite a bit more throttle input. Not as much as an SCX24 stock, but leaves a little to be desired. But I was really impressed with this thing. It was able to hit a lot of climbs that I would have never expected. I kind of thought I was just gonna have to play basically in the, you know, the gravel slash sand. But I was able to do quite a few climbs with it, and it performed really well. Just a recap of what's done to this, because I kind of, you know, talked about it different times in the video. It's got the Baja Pro X tires. These are from Traxxas. It's got the Method, Black Method plastic bead locks from Traxxas. It has brass rings up front, give it a little front weight bias. It has a light kit, and it has metal hexes. But other than that, it is stock. I probably won't be doing electronics in this because I already spent the money on the light kit, and the integration with the light kit is so simplistic as long as you use their stock ECM, which is the radio and ESC combined. But let's talk about, and I want to poll the audience on this. You know, whatever gets commented the most is what I will do. I'll give it a couple weeks. Takes me a little bit to get around to filming, especially. Doing the wrenching is not a big deal. I enjoy it, but sometimes doing the filming and going out and getting time to do running can take a little bit. But my question is, would you guys rather see, this is an EcoPower 640T, and this is basically a drop-in. So EcoPower released these to be a drop-in for the shifting servo and the differential lock servos for the TRX-4 10 scale. Just so happens that's the same servo that Traxxas uses the steering servo on this one. So it is a direct replacement. Servo horn will switch out. This is definitely the simple, easiest modification. So this thing's got 64 ounce inches at 6 volts. I'll have to put the number down here, but I believe that's probably a 30 to 40% gain. There are a couple times in the video where my steering was a limiting factor. You know, the steering servo just doesn't have a whole lot. I think it's somewhere around 40 ounce inches. The truck weighs a pound or so, so it doesn't need to be super strong, but I don't think there's such a thing as too much steering power. Now, on the other hand, I've had this sitting around for a while and just haven't had a use for it. I have a Reefs 99 Micro. Issue with this is it's a little bit different size than this drop-in Traxxas replacement that EcoPower makes. So you need a servo adapter. Now, DSM Off-Road, and I already cheated. I opened just to check it out and make sure it fits with the Reefs. Because I was going to go ahead and install it, but I wanted to ask you guys what you'd rather see. But DSM Off-Road makes this little SLS printed bracket. I think it's like $15 or something. Comes with the hardware, and it basically makes this 99 Micro drop in. So would you guys rather see a little bit more budget friendly in the EcoPower or a 99 Micro? And this is at the same voltage. This is 89 ounces. So this should be a little over 100%, a little over double. Let me know in a comment down below what you want to see, and I'll do that. I'll probably end up going to the 99 Micro eventually if that's not the choice, but I will definitely take it out. I'll run it. I'll see if I think that this is a good bang for the buck. You know, you could do just this, or this whole package is probably going to set you back $75 maybe with shipping. You guys will be seeing the TRX-4M here pretty soon again. It's fun. I like it. I actually enjoyed running it. So it'll probably go out with me most times I go out. Unfortunately, it's only every couple of weeks right now. But get outside, run your RCs. Hopefully you don't break anything, but if you do, go support your local hobby shop. They could definitely use it, and you may meet a friend in there and find someone to run with. But until next time, I'll see you guys.